Wow. Okay.
Hi.
Hi guys. We just watched The Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn.
And I am somewhat embarrassed to say I've never seen this movie before.
I have, but it's been a very long time.
But after watching it, I'm not so embarrassed. It has a cult horror status.
Yeah, and I don't remember
how bad it is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I never saw the whole thing, and that's why I just have like vague. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it
is so pun. It is so corny.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I think it kind of makes me want to go read the short story that it's based on, Stephen King short story that it's based off, just to see
what happened.
What happened?
Yeah, actually for me, the biggest letdown for me was when it steered into Stephen King territory.
Okay, like the
supernatural
kind,
where it was just because like the whole time it's just like this kind of creepy religious thing happening, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, this Tremors thing coming at you and weird like nanobite cloud, and
awesome.
it's just it's I think maybe it's the same reason like with the Last Exorcism from last year.
Okay,
like I remember
spoilers.
Like I liked it.
You don't like the ending,
but the ending. Like, I mean, I still like the ending, but I wish they hadn't shown like the actual like devil in the flames coming out and stuff. Yeah. Because to just leave it up
spoilers.
Again, yeah. But this movie's been out for over a year now, so
keep going.
But so that it's one of those things where it's like don't show me too much, because it would have been.
I agree.
Like Last Exorcism would have been to me an amazing movie.
It was fantastic. Yeah.
It was a really good movie. It would have been amazing if they had not shown me that part.
Gone that extra step. Yeah.
And just let you kind of wonder, you know, make up your own mind. Like, was it real? Was it not real?
Exactly.
Was it, you know?
Because that makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's what most people say about that movie. This one, it's... Yeah, I agree with you. It'd be more effective as a horror movie, as just a...
Because that's what the whole movie. That's what it is. It's like this creepy coven of children that
except for the drawings. The little girl can predict the future.
But that was at least, you know, like you were saying, it's like it was a cliche, but it was at least more subtle. And
well, it's more subtle than a big
it's
big
not
dragon cloud coming.
Yeah, it's not like, I don't know.
I agree. I it's Stephen King. I kind of assumed it would be paranormal in some way, but I think there's a better movie to be had here. With it just straight up just crazy children, religious zealot children killing adults. Yeah, because that's kind of scary. And that's why I kind of want to read the originals, to see how much of the original is that, and it's Stephen King, so it's going to be some aspect of paranormal stuff going on. But yeah, everything is just. It's a maddening movie because, like you said, it's good in parts. Yeah. Some of it is pretty effective. Others are just... There's scenes that go on too long. There's scenes that are just clunky. A
lot of filler stuff.
A lot of filler, just crap. Some of the kid performances are fine, but others aren't so great. Yeah. And... That's the kind of danger of working with children. In Hollywood, they say never work with animals or children. And that's true because a lot of the movie depends on acting, obviously. Yeah. And if, you know, and acting is about calling upon experience to deliver emotionally gripping performances. But when you're a kid, you know what else to call on. So some kids have it, some kids don't. Some kids in the movie don't have it so much. I did like... Isaac, the kid who played Isaac. Yeah. It's kind of a bombastic, over the top performance, but it's also that type of character. It is too. Yeah. So that was fun.
I felt like he was competent enough because even
it's so hard to talk about child acting.
Yeah, because some of
kids, you don't want to pick on them.
Like the redhead Malachi, like some of his stuff is just
he annoyed me.
Yeah, and it's this. almost the same character, but
yeah,
it was much less effective coming from him because it was just.
I just expected him to yell out "Warriors" coming out and play at some point. Job, like the kid from Monster Squad. I kind of liked him. It's not because of a good performance, because
it was his like snarkiness.
He's so funny. It was, like,
well, excuse me.
I know. To me,
for
he
saving your life.
I know he's like the voice of me and like the audience at large.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why are we still running?
Yeah.
Like at the end, he's like calling out these
right.
these misfires in logic that the script has. And it's like coming from a kid. It's perfect. It's so funny. So this makes no sense. Why are we doing this? It's like, yeah, kid, you're right. Why are you doing that? It doesn't make sense. That's probably my favorite scene actually. Is that and the one where the Bert throws the Molotov cocktail
and
in the cornfield.
lands.
The kid just runs after it and gives it back. She's like, throw it right this time. It's that stuff is really fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. But it has the cult status.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick it. It's such a riffable movie.
Absolutely.
I want to see a riff tracks of Children of the Corn. It's so ripe for it. Maybe we should do one.
Yeah.
But it's not a good movie, guys. Sorry if you legitimately like this movie. I apologize. I like the premise, but it's not a good film.
And like moments of it.
And the humor, even if it's unintentional or not, I don't know. Or maybe that kid just
I'm sure that
his own dialogue.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be awesome.
And the director was like, this is good.
It's good enough. The ending! There's a girl in the car trying to kill that guy. He closes the door on her, knocks her out cold, and they're like, what do we do with her? End credits.
Yeah. She's like, just leave her. We're getting out of this town.
Yeah.
The end.
We're going to Seattle. We're kidnapping these kids. Which, I guess, it's not kidnapping. They don't have parents. They're orphans, but still. I don't know. Favorite scene? I already said mine.
Mine is probably the opening scene. Just in the diner.
When things start to switch. It's like the cue. The
yeah, just like it's like like the kid sitting there and he's like 3 years ago and then yeah, and just it's like he's the Isaac's just in the window and then just
that part's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's like had the movie been more of that, I think it would have been a pretty good movie.
Again, I don't know if I don't think they knew what the tone of the movie was going to be, because even in those scenes, they had the voiceover of Joe, which is innocent but kind of funny. I think at that point, unintentionally funny.
Yeah,
it's this kid, maybe intentionally funny because he'll say something and then it'll be acted out on screen. Yeah, like he'll get, it's almost like stage.
But still, again, I think that it kind of like what I was talking about yesterday, where you get these kind of binary moments where it's like there's this levity, but it's happening with something like really terrifying on the surface. So
I just think it's a mess. I think they were trying something with that stuff. There's a level of self-awareness, but then there isn't in some parts, and it's so uneven. It's such an uneven movie, which is it's easy to say a movie's bad, but it's probably our job not to figure out why it's bad. That's why. It's because I think they had a direction at the outset of making this film and just didn't achieve it. Yeah. They just fell flat a lot of times. I like any scene with Job in it because he's funny. Right. I think that's it for Children of the Corn. I mean, I'm happy we watched it. I'm happy that's on the list, so I finally had a chance to watch it. Another movie where I'm embarrassed not to have seen it, but finally have. And it disappointed me like every other movie. What's next?
Tomorrow is Black Death.
Black Death.
Which I've kind of seen before.
I have never seen it.
I started watching it,
sounds
and then
like something about the plague.
I fell asleep, and then I woke up and started watching it again, and then my girlfriend at the time came over and was distracting me from just like talking about stuff. Not even distractions.
Yeah.
So
it's about the bubonic plague.
Yeah,
I assume.
Yeah, it takes place. It's like a Middle Ages or whatever. And it's almost in a way like a witch hunt. Like the bubonic plague is caused by something, so they're like out hunting the source.
The source of the plague.
But it's got Sean Bean in it.
I like some Sean Bean action. It's on Netflix.
And it's on Netflix streaming. Excellent. And it still definitely is. I just checked the other day. And what I've seen of it, I really enjoyed.
All right, cool. I'm looking forward to it. So check out Black Death. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. See you later. The end!